Hey, family, doesn't it feel like to anyone else? All right, tell me if, am I the only one? Doesn't it feel like they're telling us what to be interested in? Because think about it, if it wasn't for all this advertisement and the accessibility to these things, would we even want them? Just think about anything that this applies to, whether it be, whether it comes to the food, the love of the jewelry, all these different things. Like, doesn't it feel like they're literally kind of they're literally subliminally telling us like what to like look at, what to be interested in? Because you never hear about magic mushrooms ever. You really have to, yeah, you don't really hear about this stuff, as especially not in advertising. And why? It's just a mushroom. Or how come whenever they're advertising food, it's always the same food over and over again? And how come whenever they're advertising it, they use a beautiful woman chewing on and munching down on it or whatever? Or when it's alcohol, they make it so like uh, appealing, like you want to drink after that. You might not even be hungry at the time, but then you see that thing on the commercial and then boom, you're hungry. Yeah, all this stuff is just weird to me. And doesn't it bother you? Doesn't it? Because to me, it just feels like, hey, look over here, shiny, and then you're like, you want it. Oh, look over here, food, and then you just want it. And it happens to me too. Specifically Domino's, just to give it a shout out. Yeah. I truly wonder why we don't hear about these things. Because speaking from experience, maybe they're, I'm not gonna say maybe, I'm just gonna say it as it is. They're literally, the people who are talking about things that should be talked about, they're burying them, pushing them to the side, burying them, killing them, just they're stopping it. Because let's think about it. If we were to have taken all these things seriously, like magic mushrooms, our health seriously, we wouldn't need them. I say this over and over again. Okay, let's think about all these commercials that we see, right? Okay, when it comes to food, okay, that at least gets us full. But then let's think on another kind of level. Let's think about hip hop, music. What is the message in most of these songs we hear on the radio, especially? What is the message? What are they glorifying? What, yeah. So they're rapping about how tight their JJ is when it comes to women, how bomb they are. Okay, cool, beautiful. You're beautiful. We get it. Awesome. I'm not even against that. And it shouldn't matter what I'm against. But yeah, yeah. Like that's cool. Like if you're proud of yourself, beautiful. Beautiful. But then all right, let's think back on, so the thing I do have an issue with is, yeah, the whole sex thing. If you enjoy sex, cool. Cool, you like sex. But yeah, do you not realize what, no, I don't think anyone realizes the severity, the the impact glorifying sex is. Cause yeah, all right, let's think about in men. Men, if you're so into sex, then that means you're evidently ejaculating a lot more than some men. You know what I mean? You're, and then what is ejaculating? Your semen. You're letting that out. And what is semen? That is so powerful. It can create another life. And you're getting rid of that. That's testosterone. That's that's life. So each time you do that, that's why you hear about semen retention, how powerful it is. Like retaining your semen. First of all, that takes discipline. That's already working on discipline, so that's beautiful. So yeah, but like you don't want to get rid of that. You don't want to keep getting rid of that, because yeah, that's why you're not confident. That's why you get, that's why you're so undisciplined, you know. So yeah, all right, that's on the sex thing. For women, women, the same thing. You're really I feel like you are degrading yourself for men and women. Okay, so that's on the sex thing, right? That's what they glorify in hip hop. Sex. Even in these food commercials, you see a beautiful woman, like I said already. All right, now let's think on same thing though, hip hop, but what else do they glorify? Drugs. Drugs. They glorify drugs. We already know drugs are bad, so I don't really need it. It messes you up. And let's look at the big picture. Let's look at the big picture. You get a lot of doped up people, addicts. You get a lot of, but then it's weird because yeah, you get all these successful hip hop artists, right? They're successful glorifying drugs and sex, right? I don't think that's how to make it in life. I think they're doing that on purpose. I feel like they're really glorifying these things on purpose. I think there's a bigger agenda. Like, all right, so let's get some people, make them look like they're where they want to be in life. Let's give them all the money. Let's give them all the money they want. That'll keep them so busy on material and not their happiness. Because all right, so look, what happens when that money, strip them of their money. Strip them of their money. Are they happy? No, they're not happy. They end up, all right, when most of these artists fall off, like they stop being popular, what do you see them doing? They rely on drugs heavy. And yeah, that's to cope with everything. And that's because yeah, no one is taught to fulfill themselves non-materialistically. Like if you still have trouble meditating and being sober, that's an issue. That's what I'm talking about. Because happiness doesn't come from material. It comes from, are you happy by yourself? You know? That's true happiness, when you're able and happy by yourself sober. Yeah. All right, so that was that. Oh, and let's go back on the semen retention for the men. What happens when you get a lot of men who, what happens in a society where they just ejaculate? The men just ejaculate. You get a lot of weak men, unconfident men, not willing to do things for themselves. So sad. It's horrible. And then that's a whole gender weakened. It's not okay. And not willing to stand up for themselves. Like when it came to the jab, people, hey, you're gonna get fired if you don't take this. And people took it, not caring. They cared more about their money than what's in that thing. First of all, why you so heavy and pushing it? You know, they didn't ask questions. What's in it? What's in it? Can you tell me that first? And then can I decide for myself? I'm gonna do it anyways. That's how we should have responded. Tell me what's in it. Tell me why I should take this. Okay, everyone's getting sick. Okay. So how is that gonna help me? Because if I remember correctly, and I do, didn't they tell us, the unvaccinated people, that we can still get the vaccinated people sick? If that is true, and it is, again, then how does that make sense that that's helpful at all? If an unvaccinated person can harm you when you're vaccinated, it still makes no sense. Okay, that's that. And then what else do these rappers glorify? These MCs, artists. What do they glorify? Besides nonsense, what else do they glorify? Oh, and I already touched on this, but yeah, the material. That's another thing they glorify, the material. A nice car, the jewelry, and what you can do with it. You can attract the other sex, you can attract females with this, you can attract men with this. Yeah. So yeah, it's not okay, because yeah. I mean, it's cool and all, having material, right? But yeah, if that really makes you happy, you're never gonna be fulfilled. You're gonna continue searching for these things, searching for external solutions to your internal problems. All right, I love you guys. I think that was beautiful.